Hey everybody, it's me Alex once again. And tonight we're going to be talking about Breath of the Wild. Now, why are we talking about that instead of, say, Tears of the Kingdom? Also, you can tell we're at a different angle because my tripod broke. Mine always seemed to break for some reason. No idea why. But anyway, let's get on to the subject at hand, which is Breath of the Wild. Now, it's a retrospective, basically. Just talking about it, kind of thinking about the things about it that I really loved, some things I didn't really care for, all that good stuff. So, let's start with the initial, announcement of the game, because obviously everything about the game, and my opinions for it, will stem from there, because we never had an open world Zelda game before, so I just was trying to imagine, how big would it be, because we would soon get games like Final Fantasy 15 in 2016, which in retrospect was not finished. So, sorry if my hands are moving around a lot. But yeah, basically the game wasn't finished and it was a very half baked game. And we were like, well, I thought, well, if this is how good not Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild's gonna be, it's like, oh boy. But when they showed that gameplay around 2016, or maybe it was 2017, I don't know, it was right before the game launched, a bunch of gameplay came out. That gameplay was like, whoa. It was such a big step away from the style that Zelda's always been in the 3D realm in terms of the gameplay, not really the structure. Well, also the structure did get quite pretty much overhauled, so I should be saying that too, because it's more of a gives you more of a survival kind of feel to it. Go around, get food to heal yourself, materials to make stuff, potions, all that stuff, food. Again, collecting food and making food. It's really cool, and you've also got your arsenal of weapons. You got the swords. You also have staves, so not spears, I should say, not staves. Well, there are lightning rods, fire rods, stuff like that. You can get. There's a variety of weapons you can get, and hopefully that is expanded in Tears of the Kingdom. But we'll have to see. So we also have bow and arrows too. Don't forget those. And it's pretty good. All the gameplay is really good. It's a little bit difficult sometimes to get the hang of it at first, because when I first played it, I got my ass kicked so hard because I'm just not used to how that was playing out. Because I'm looking at Link and just the game in general, and I want to say, hey, I want to play it like this, but no, no. You gotta actually use a little more strategy than just walking up and mashing the attack button and then you win. No, that's not gonna work all the time. But yeah, just from the gameplay perspective of that kind of stuff, like combat, pretty solid stuff. It's there's a little bit of weird jank, but that could just be me. But whatever. Now the art style for me, I liked it a lot because I like the Wind Waker art style, for example, a lot. Everyone else didn't like it at first, but I was one of the few that probably did, or the minority, I should say, not few. And then we had Twilight Princess, which was more realistic looking, which was fine, and it doesn't look as good today. It just any realistic game from the, to pretty much anywhere in the 2000s. I'm hearing noises. Did not look good in the long run, for the most part. So then we had Skyward Sword, which was a mixture, I'd say, of the it was more like Ocarina of Time, kind of, but a little more colorful. It just felt like a mixture of the Wind Waker, like color stuff in this. So back onto Breath of the Wild, it feels like they mixed Ocarina of Time with a little bit of Wind Waker cell shading stuff, which was great. Pretty much the best of both worlds there in terms of a graphical artwork style. And then there's just the exploration, because in other open world games, it's, you can go pretty much anywhere. Like, let's think about Skyrim, for example. You can go pretty much everywhere you want. And if you use a horse and climb up mountains where you're not supposed to go to, you can do that, but whatever. But you can go pretty much anywhere, and it seems pretty seamless. I mean, there's obviously loading screens for certain areas and whatever that's in any game. But then there's like Breath of the Wild's like style of weather effects, just things happening around you. Uh, like for like a really cool example that was brought up by another YouTuber was when he had some meat, or he killed an animal and dropped some meat, and this was on Death Mountain. It started to cook, and he was like, he kind of had a click in his head, like, so this open world is more so just some kind of place you could experiment in and see what you can do, and just all the little tiny details. And it's hard to explain what I mean by that, because unless you played it, you don't really, like, you understand the intricacies of how this open world works. And with Tears of the Kingdom coming up tomorrow, from when this video is recorded, it's going to get even bigger. So that's going to be cool. So there's also the story aspect, and it was super weak, and I didn't really care for the story, to be honest. I didn't find all the, memories at first. I eventually did, but even the ending was just so, But it obviously sequel bait, but yeah, it was alright. I mean, the characters were pretty cool. Like, hearing them talk to each other, having voice acting in Zelda for the first time, that was something very weird. A lot of characters did good, I'd say. For some reason, I wasn't a fan of Zelda at first, but now she's alright. And I didn't really care for Daruk, but now I'm like, yeah, he's a cool guy. So, oh yeah, and then with the other game there, Age of Calamity, like their voiceover work in there was a lot better too. So that was really nice. So let's see, story, we took care of that. The gameplay, we took care of that. Now the music is pretty good. Like, it's weak, but it's also like, but not the weak isn't bad, but like just very low key, just calm, and unless you're running from a guardian, the music is not super intimidating, but Jesus, when you get chased by a guardian, that shit gets like, oh shit, I've never heard piano music be this menacing before. It was quite something. First time ever having that issue going towards Hyrule Castle. So let's talk about structure. Yes, structure. Okay. So with how this game goes, you have one main quest: destroy Ganon. That's not just like a main plot and there's subplot, subquest to it. That's literally the main quest, and then you have other quests underneath it that you can go do. You can go fight Ganon, and you may be able to beat him if you're really fucking good. I don't know how to do it. I'm too afraid to see how good people are. I haven't looked it up. So yeah, I don't want to feel like a scrub in terms of gameplay when I see all these people doing these crazy ass things in the game. I'm like, what? So yeah, you could go pretty much straight to the end of the game from there. It's like, wow. But you really want to go awake in the 4 divine beasts, get rid of the blight Ganons in there and get all their help, and go storm Hyrule Castle and then weaken the hell out of him, and then fight, Calamity Ganon, and then you fight him, and then after you beat him, he turns into Dark Beast Ganon, or whatever. I don't know. It looks like the one from what was it? Twilight Princess, but just a hella bigger. And I was like, okay, okay. That was a really easy fight, but yeah, it was pretty anticlimactic, not gonna lie. But I hope this game, next game delivers, because I'm expecting it. There's a lot of expectations I have for this game coming up. But yeah, I don't really know if I want to go on much longer because it's kind of hard to really just uh, capture the essence of the game without really just wandering off and not making too much sense. Unless you have like some kind of script on hand, which I don't. So yeah. Uh, what else I like? I mean, actually, I don't know. But regardless, tomorrow, as of this recording, we'll have ourselves Tears of the Kingdom officially out for everybody. Yes, it's been out for, I'd say, since the end of last month, I'd say, in April. But I wait. I'm just waiting. I already bought it on my Switch. It's already preloaded. So it's like, I don't really want to, like, go crack the game on emulator. Which, I mean, I could, but I'm not going to really do that yet. Maybe someday in the future, but not right now. Anyway, guys, hopefully this video did not seem too long-winded, but I just want to kind of just go over a little bit of the, you know, like my whole run through with the game. Like, did I love it? Yes. Is it one of my favorite Zelda games? Yes. I'd say it's pretty much number, I don't know, actually. I gotta make a Zelda list sometime. And I don't want to piss anybody off right now by just randomly stating a number and not being sure about it yet. So anyway, I'll be seeing you guys next time. Farewell.